Micky, through the first stage of the Velocity Trophy, with the penalty shootout, you'd be pleased about that?
Yeah, I'm pleased that we won the penalty shootout. I don't see the relevance of it, to be perfectly honest. It's a league. I've never known that you can get a league for points, but you have to play a penalty shootout. But hey ho, is what it is. You abide by the rules and go along with it. And at the end of the day, we've come through it, and it's good experience in case we need that further in the season.
As we said on Saturday, we haven't been great from 12 yards, but as you've just indicated it before we started the interview, it's up to the players who takes the spot kicks.
They make their own. I don't even go on the pitch. That's up to them. You know, Julian goes out, says who wants to take one, and they volunteer, and that was it. And to be fair, the 5 volunteered, and apart from Fraser's miss, the other 4 have tuck them away quite well. And then you've got a goalkeeper that makes great saves, and you know, makes 2 fantastic saves, and then all of a sudden you've won the game. But it'll give them some experience under a little bit of pressure to take penalties, and Ben saving them. So yeah, it may come in handy. So we'll take that experience.
You've made changes around the hour mark, and it certainly made a difference to the outcome. You know, we seem to click almost immediately, and the rest is history. Really, we could get it back to 2-2 and go on and win the game.
We made a massive amount of changes for the game. We're mindful of Saturday. No disrespect to this competition, but at the end of the day, if you get through to the last 32, you could still end up with Brightlingsea Regent away on a Tuesday night. Don't really fancy that. So for me, it's an opportunity, and use the cup for it, to play the people that haven't played. Ryan Fowler has not done any pre-seasons, come out there tonight and got 60 minutes, which is a benefit. Kieran Hughes the same. Young Harry at right back's come in and got some minutes. Tom Ripley would have played tonight, but unfortunately he's had a car accident on the way here. And a few others. You look at it and you're going, well, they're getting minutes. Stoney hasn't played a minute in the season, and all of a sudden you've given them some game time, which you can't do. And it's tough. Every game rolls along, but we protected the players that we wanted to for Saturday, and then when we decided to unleash them, you could see the quality, and it shows, and that's the power of the squad, and that's why we've got a 21-man squad. You know, we've got Nathan Gordon to come back, and then Lou with his ankle, and then we're at full strength, and then I've got a difficult choice.
What about the first period of the game that saw you go 2 down? What were your thoughts on that?
Just weren't good enough, didn't turn up, treated it as it was. They turned up like a training session. Back 4 wasn't solid enough. Didn't clear the ball, didn't pick up. It was like we were asleep, like we came out and disrespected it. Not acceptable. I thought we got back into it, and the bigger moan was probably at the forwards. I think we should have had 3 goals in the first half. We had 3 clear one-on-ones, not took any of them. So even though you can levy it at the defence because they're costing you goals, you've got to moan at your forwards as well because they're not taking chances, and that's going to cost you. So we had a moan all round, got everyone in at half-time, including the subs and the boys that weren't available. Had a little moan up, changed it, questioned their commitment to this competition and what we're doing tonight. Would they rather be training on a Tuesday? And that's it. They go out and they either turn it around and perform, or they don't. And I thought second half we were exceptional.
Stoney pulled one back, but we mentioned him again. Ainsley Everett, great finish.
Oh, that's a fantastic finish from Ains. That shows the kid with confidence to take it to that position and then pick the hardest finish. He's only going in one place, and that has to go there to score. And the kid does it, calm, really calm. And maybe if a couple of our other forwards had had that, maybe we'd have had a few more goals. But I thought he was exceptional. Great penalty as well from Ains. Tucked that away lovely. He's confident, we've transformed him over the summer, but he's wanted to, and if players want to do that and they've got that ability, they can go as far as they want. We're just giving him the opportunity to play, that's all.
And then in the last minute of normal time, I think Kieran Hughes just misses out at the far post from a flicked on corner. You might not have needed the penalty shootout.
Yeah, and I thought we got in some great positions. I thought we really did. I thought we dominated the play in the second half, got on the ball a bit more, we showed a bit more urgency. And all of a sudden we played Calder Silva in a position that he'll probably be familiar with. It shows the difference, the class. I thought Alec Fidders was exceptional second half. I thought the energy levels he put in. And all over, Schaefer came on and did a job. And all of a sudden you've got energy going forward, and then you dominate games because teams can't get out. No disrespect, we had that with probably with Craig Valley and never got anything out of it. And then second half Saturday, I thought that was exactly how we were. And then chances open up, and if you take them, then you're going to put people to the sword. But it was certainly a game of 2 halves tonight.
So winning is nice, but all the emphasis now goes on the FA Cup tie at Corinthian-Casuals on Saturday.
Most important thing for me tonight was no injuries. That was it. Can we get people minutes? Can we get through with no injuries? Can we go into Thursday night's training with a clean camp that we know that we'd be fully prepared to go and play Saturday, give it our all to try and get a result? That was the aim, and we've managed to do that.
And just finally a word about Louis. He went to hospital after the game on Saturday. it's been diagnosed, I think, as ankle ligament damage, but he's still waiting to find out the extent of it.
Yeah, it's not a break, so they say at the moment. It's no fracture. He's actually got some movement in it. He's iced it constantly and done what I've told him to do. So hopefully it's not as bad as we first thought, but then he had that diagnosis last time and then ended up there for 8 months. So I think we'll see how the swelling goes next 48 hours, and then we'll make a decision whether we see a consultant and then whether he has to scan just to verify how bad it is. But early thoughts for me is probably not as bad as initially thought, but then again I'm no expert, so we just have to be patient with that.
But not sure how long he'll be out for?
No, not a clue at the moment. Don't even look at that, and there's no point discussing that, because you know what, when you're injured and you've been as injured as he has for quite a while now, last thing you need to do is put dates on it. That's not what you need. All you need is what is it, how bad is it, and then you just knuckle down and do whatever's asked of you to recover.
And presumably injuries are part of the learning experience of a young footballer like he is.
Oh, absolutely. You either have that luck and go through your career for a long time with no injuries, or they just stack up at times. And he's been unfortunate. It's such a freak accident on Saturday. It's nobody's fault. It's gone. He's rolled it, and that's it. And he was in an awful lot of pain. But yeah, he'll learn. He'll learn. He's been through it once. So the only good thing is he's at home. So whereas before he was up at Scunthorpe trying to deal with it, so he's with us. He's got the little control of that, and you know what, he's done everything I've asked of him, and you know what, he's been there, elevated when I said, iced when I said, and so hopefully it'll be a bit quicker than we think, and then we nursemaid him back in again.
We wish him well, and well done tonight.
Thanks, Andrew.